I am your host, Debbie, here to help you get in the know about Waco. This week, we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions and fitness goals, and I have a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Megan Waits. I am the CEO and head coach of Train with Waits online fitness coaching.
All right, awesome. And what brought you to Waco? Or are you a Waco native?
I am not a native. I actually grew up in the Midwest, not too far away, and we moved for my husband's job, which he doesn't even have anymore, but I'm glad to be here nonetheless.
That's super awesome. And what is your fitness specialty?
That is a great question. So really, what I like to think that I do is I help women to transform just inside and out and achieve the body and confidence that they've always dreamed of having.
All right, awesome. And what is your qualifications and background in fitness?
Yeah, so I've been a certified personal trainer for almost 3 years now. And I started off with my NASM certification, was double certified at one point with ISSA. That's the current one that I have that is still valid. And I started off as a studio coach. I did that for a couple of years, and then quarantine, COVID, all that fun stuff, gym shut down. So presented the perfect opportunity to invest, all my time and energy into online coaching, which was always my end goal, and that is what I do full time now.
That is super amazing. Now, tell me how you feel about New Year's resolutions and fitness goals.
Okay, so I love them. I definitely, I hate the people that, hate on people for making them.
Yes.
There's so much research out there that shows the positive effects last for, a long time afterwards. And I think, making those resolutions to be a better version of yourself in whatever capacity is always a good thing. I think that sometimes for some people it tends to kind of stop there. It's a nice idea to them, you know what I mean? But they never get fully invested or come up with a game plan. In the ones that do, I think that's great. They're probably a little bit more goal-centric versus resolution-centric, which I think is also really important. But, sometimes they come up with a plan of action that lasts a month, maybe two, but they don't really have, a long-term game plan in place of how to initiate and sustain the changes that they're looking to make.
Yeah, what are some great ways to track your goals?
Oh, that is a great question. So I'm going to talk about the scale first because I feel like that is just the end-all be-all for so many people. And it's not even the most accurate way to track your progress. It's really not. So I would recommend tracking your progress, multiple ways, track with the scale, track with, circumference measurements, track with photos are a huge one. That's what I look at probably more than anything with my clients. And then just go by other things, how are your clothes fitting? How do you feel when you look in the mirror? How about just emotionally? Do you feel happier? Do you feel healthier? How are your energy levels? How are, different things, even just digestion, performance in the gym, sleep, things like that. You are, a whole human. There are multiple dimensions to you and to your health beyond just the number on a scale. So I think looking at it holistically, every single aspect is super important, not to get just brain lock on one thing, but tracking multiple ways.
Yeah, and now tell me about your program.
Yes, so I have a couple of different ways that you can work with me. Right now, I have enrollment open for my signature 10-week group coaching program, the one with Kickstarter. I love this program so much. This is the third time that I've actually launched it, this one in honor of New Year's, of course. And it's really just a great way to, kickstart your health and fitness journey. We touch on workouts, nutrition, mindset, all the different dimensions I was talking about that you need to be your happiest, healthiest self. And for, people looking for something with a little bit higher accountability, a little bit higher touch, more intimate, my one-on-one coaching is a great option. I have, that open periodically just based on, availability. So I always just tell people, click the link in my Instagram bio, and you can apply to work with me in any capacity there.
Yeah, you already answered my question. I was going to say, how can people be involved and how can they get active?
Yeah, so absolutely follow me on Instagram. That's where I hang out most of the time. It's at Megan.Waits, Waits. Megan is spelled just how it sounds. My dad always says it the right way. So you can follow me there. I'm posting content all of the time. Just, again, click the link in my bio if you want to work with me. And,
All right, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. So, this is favorite places to go in Waco. I have broken it up into 3 categories.
Okay.
We have gyms, we have parks, and then we have food. Food is important as well.
Okay.
All right, number 1, gyms. Go.
Okay. Train Waco.
Of course.
1,000%. They used to be just a CrossFit gym. They recently changed locations, so now I have CrossFit and a commercial gym. I think a lot of people don't realize they have the commercial gym side, but I've been to a lot of gyms in Waco. My favorite, hands down, that's where I go right now. I would say if you're looking for something, like cheaper, on the cheaper side, you can do like Planet Fitness or Crunch. I've been a couple times. I would say crowds are probably the only negative to that one. A lot of people go there. Oh my gosh, let me think. I have heard amazing things about Refit Studios. We did the women's panel there.
Yes, that's where I met you.
Yes, and I got to meet some of the staff. They seem amazing. I've seen people post amazing things about them. So if you're more of a class-oriented person, I would say to check out Refit for sure.
All right, awesome. Now we're moving on to parks.
Okay, Cameron Park, obviously.
Of course, I knew that was going to be number one.
No, I saw a thing that literally said it's like as big or like second in line with like, what is it, the big park in, I can't think of it. In New York City, the big park in
Central
New York
Park?
City. Yes, duh, okay.
Central Park, if you're a Prince fan? No.
Yes. So it's like up there with Central Park, which is crazy. Yeah, and I don't get out nearly as much as I should. What are other parks? I'm drawing a blank. That's the biggest one.
Cameron Park is the biggest park.
Yeah. I get bit by mosquitoes every time I go outside, and just like sunburn, things like that. So I'm an indoors person, but Cameron Park for sure.
There's also Woodway Park. Have you been there?
Yes.
Woodway Park.
I think so.
Hewitt Park.
Yes.
There's also Whitehall Park.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
It's a really nice park in Waco. There's a few other parks. Outdoor fitness versus indoor fitness. Just if you want to get outside. I know it is cold right now, but running.
Yes.
Cardio is important.
Tennis.
And when it's
I can tell you all the
Oh, yeah.
sports.
You did play tennis today, right?
Yeah, my husband teaches me how to play tennis, so there's that. That's a great form of cardio. Yeah, so.
Oh, but I do have a serious question about Cameron Park, though.
Oh, okay.
Can you do Jacob's Ladder and be okay?
I've walked up it. Even that was a little bit sketch, I'm not going to lie. I feel like no matter how fit you are, stairs never get easier. It's always just as difficult as I remember it being the last time. But yeah, I know people that go out there and do like running drills, and I have nothing but like admiration for them.
I know, I see them and I'm like, wow. And then like all the people biking, I'm like, dedication.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, and then now we're moving on to restaurants. Food. Tell me about the best places to get food.
And I can only pick 3. That's really problematic. Okay,
Do it.
Union Hall.
Okay, of
For
course.
sure.
But that has so many options.
I
We're
know. I
specifically
kind of
in
like
Union Hall.
cheated on that one, but I love the chicken wing place. I don't remember what it's called.
The Wings of Waco?
Maybe that's, yeah. I think they only have one wing place in there. I love it because great way to get protein in, so you can like go out to eat, but still kind of like stay on track. I love their the dry rub ranch wings.
That sounds amazing.
They're so good.
Don't they also have vegan wings? They use cauliflower
Oh.
and they actually fry it, and they have vegan wings. So if you need vegan options
Yes,
as
if
well.
you're vegan, yeah, we would do that. The pizza place in Union Hall is good too.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. If I want my Italian fix, Barris.
Yes, I love Barris. Been there so many times.
Cheap, massive portions.
Amazing.
I love it. You can't go wrong with it. The meatball sub. For
Ooh,
sure. Or the
I've
tortellini
never had
cake. Have you had
I've had that, yes. It's with shrimp, right? Or do you get shrimp
get
added?
it with shrimp, chicken, beef, yeah.
I've got it with shrimp on it.
Yeah. I do it with no protein sometimes. I don't even feel bad about it.
You know, I'm a cheese gal, so I completely understand.
Oh yeah. And then let me think. Okay, barbecue.
Okay.
Barbecue is worth mentioning. Hellberg Barbecue.
Yes.
My husband works there. I'm a little biased.
Oh, I
To
see.
be fair, we went there like for 2 years before he worked there. Orange chicken bacon wings.
Okay, I've never had that before.
Yes.
Tell me more.
Yes. Every Thursday, it's like the flavor of 2021. My husband came up with this concoction. I'm an orange chicken like connoisseur. It is like my thing. They're amazing. It's like pork belly, deep fried, dipped in like orange chicken sauce. It's phenomenal. On Thursdays, you have to try it.
That sounds amazing. Like, honestly. And, like, I was thinking, like, mamaka bowls. Have you been there before?
Oh my gosh.
They do a lot of, like, health food, and they do acai bowls.
Yes.
And I really think they're super awesome if you're trying to get some really good food.
If you want, like, health food, J Pedal's a great one.
Yes.
Locally owned business. Everyone that works there is so awesome.
And there's a new one opening on Hewitt Drive.
Yes, there
So they're
is.
having a second location.
Yep, one on both sides of town, which is great.
I need that. I order them for lunch sometimes, and it takes like an hour and a half to get to my work, and I'm like, I'm not even mad about it.
Yeah,
It's
so
worth
good.
it.
You know, a little hot Cheeto dusting on top. It's, yeah.
I love the poke bowl with the shrimp on it, and like the crab, and then like all the. I just love ginger. Also, I can eat ginger just raw.
Really?
I love it.
That's not. I can't.
Ginger is so good. It like cleans out your sinuses too. Speaking of sinuses, it is that time of year. but
Yeah.
go there. Amazing.
Yes.
All the ginger on top. Best thing. I actually just had sushi at Waco Roll. Have you been there before?
I was just about to say that one next.
Yes, I
was about
literally
to
just
say
got from
that
there.
one. Yeah, they have like great options across the menu if you want to go, you know, like a little dirty with it, you know, a little deep fried. But you can also, they have like a lot of just like really nutritious. I mean, everything there is just super nutritious, super wholesome. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, and tell me how important that nutrition is to, you know, of course, your workout and your fitness goals.
Oh yes. So, I mean, every single aspect of your health and fitness is important, but nutrition is kind of like the non-negotiable. You know, everybody talks about you can't out-train a bad diet, but also having the correct mindset and mentality about diet is really important too. So often I hear people talk about like clean and dirty, or, you know, good and bad, and I always like to tell people like, make sure you're eating the proper like quantity of food. Quality of food matters, like, you know, wholesome, clean, if you will, nutritious, those are the words I prefer to use. Kinds of food are really important, but like make sure the quantity aligns with your fitness goals too. You know what I mean? If you're trying to, you know, lose weight, just make sure you're eating a little bit less, eating, you know, moving more, things like that. And yeah, just really think about your mentality of food too, because that's make or break long term. You know, like food doesn't have morality. It is neither good nor bad. And using words like that or like cheat can really get us into a negative headspace. And food is awesome. Like, it's supposed to fuel our body. It's supposed to taste good. We're supposed to enjoy it and like what we eat. So yeah, just make sure that, you know, quality and quantity, but also like the mentality you have around food is kind of aligned with your goals.
Yeah, of course. And then, you know what, go ahead and tell me, like, what are some things you would like to see from Waco, either in the fitness realm or just in your own personal hobbies?
Oh my goodness. I think Waco has so much potential for growth. And everyone, like, thus far, people have done such a great job of just, like, identifying niches and needs and, like, filling those. More food, always a good thing.
Yes.
Always a good thing. I do think more quality gyms would be a great thing, too. Like, Train Waco is awesome, but, you know, like, there's one location. If there are people on the other side of town, or, you know, people that need childcare, things like that, I feel like we don't really have a lot of good options in that regard. So I think, you know, one or two more quality gyms would actually be awesome.
Yeah, and are there any fitness groups or anything that you would recommend, or any Facebook pages or anything like that people can be involved in?
Ooh, that's good. I'm one of those people that really, like, works out by myself, so I'm not super involved with classes and groups and things like that. Waco actually has a surprisingly large fitness community, though. There is an Instagram page called Keep Waco Fit, and they post and highlight like different trainers and different people who are active in the community, things like that. So I would say if you're just like looking for people to follow on Instagram, you could go check them out, look at some people there. Yeah, like the CrossFit classes at Train Waco are awesome. I'm not a CrossFit person myself, but I think it's important to find a form of fitness you do enjoy. So if that's your vibe, you can do that. Like I said, Refit has great classes. Gold's Gym has some great classes as well. And then there's some like little local boot camps that you can find too that like hang out at the parks and do things like that.
Yeah, and I think Train Waco actually has a deal right now. It's like $99 for unlimited CrossFit.
Yeah, I think so. I know they're always super great about like not tying you in with really strict contracts. I'm pretty sure it's just like a month to month. As long as you give them 30 days to cancel, you're good, and it's actually quite affordable too for what you get.
Yeah, and speaking of the fitness community and everyone here in Waco that's involved in that, is there anyone you want to shout out?
Oh my gosh, you're putting me on the spot now.
Everyone says that.
I know. Oh, I wish you'd give me time to think about that, because there are seriously so many awesome people. Like I said, Keep Waco Fit highlights all of them. There's honestly like way too many to like even name. But there's some awesome trainers and just like awesome people that post about their fitness and are super inspiring. But I would check them out for all of that, because I'm completely drawing a blank when I put it on the spot.
No worries, no worries. Is there anyone else you would like to shout out personally? I have some people that just shout out their mom and their grandma. Is there anyone else you want to shout out?
I'm gonna shout out my husband.
Of course.
How you doing, Mark?
Hit us up with the barbecue.
The barbecue, yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna open a pizza restaurant too.
Ooh, tell me the deets.
Oh my gosh, so we don't have it all ironed out. We're hoping sometime later this year, but he has an amazing concept. It hasn't been done in Texas that we're aware of. So yeah, it's kind of novel. I've already gotten to
I'll have him on the podcast then.
Yes, absolutely. He'll bring you pizza.
Yeah, we can do a blind taste
kitchen.
test. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Test kitchen podcast episode.
That's a good idea. Blind
We're doing it.
taste test. He'd be all for it.
Taste test.
All for it.
Tell your hubby we're ready.
I will, absolutely. And then I'm gonna shout out my CFO, Allie. Hi, Allie. What's up? Okay. Yep.
All right, awesome. And again, just go ahead and give me all your socials, where we can find you, how we can get involved.
Yeah, so my Instagram is at Megan, Megan, .Waits, Waits. You can click the link in my bio to figure out how to work with me and learn more. And that's pretty much, I'm not on YouTube, like Facebook, nothing like that right now, but you can find me hanging out on Instagram.
That's super awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate you talking about
me.
fitness goals with me and the new 2021.
Yes, of course. Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Thank you for tuning into this week's podcast. This is your host, Debbie, signing off. Now that you know, go. Just go, Waco.
This has been Rogue Media Network Podcast.
Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach,
And I'm Mike.
and we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros, Foes, Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.